Hello, everyone. Before we get to the episode, we want to take a moment to address the tumultuous state of affairs that we are currently living in, particularly in the United States. Our thoughts have come over an extended period of discussing these ideas with the input of many individuals. There's a lot of civil unrest and protests about police brutality, a global pandemic, and a divisive general election ramping up. We join with the rest of the Necropodicon network in standing unapologetically and unequivocally against injustice and inequality. We support the Black Lives Matter movement and the Use of Force Project as they strive to uphold these principles. You can find links to their websites on the Necropodicon social media accounts or in the description to this episode. We invite all to examine these pages to learn more. Additionally, we encourage all to do their own research and participate actively in local government. A large amount of what affects us on a daily basis comes from local policies and local budgets. Genuine change will only come as we educate ourselves and act on that knowledge. In our position, we also acknowledge that reducing any individual to a single characteristic, such as race or occupation, runs the risk of oversimplifying who they are. So frequently, our actions impact the lives of those around us, and we have no idea. The last piece of advice we want to give comes from my father. He would tell me when I was growing up that it does not matter what the intentions of my actions were, what mattered was how it made others feel. Please be considerate, and think about how what you do impacts those around you, but do not be afraid to stand up for what you believe to be right. While others have decided to take time off to respect the intense feelings of this time, we have decided collectively to continue with our regular episode release schedule. We hope that this episode and those to follow provide you with a little bit of laughter and levity in these tough times. This is worth billions.
Billions of dollars and
Billions
gets their
and
hands on it.
billions and billions and billions.
Especially with this comedic gold that we're going to record tonight.
You mean that we're recording now?
Right now. Welcome to the newest episode of the Role Playing Guys. This is Tyler. We have with us the tried and trusted crew of Spencer.
Hey.
We have Nick.
Hello.
And Rebecca's back.
How's it going? I need to stop asking that question.
We're doing fantastic here.
Who are you even talking to?
I'm just used to answering the phone and being like, and then there's always like, how are you doing today?
How's the hanging?
Good. What can I help you with today?
Someone cannot disconnect from work. I have that problem also.
Was there anything else I can help you with? Okay, great. Have a great day.
That's why Tyler is constantly rolling his eyes. He can't disconnect from work.
Oh my
Seriously.
gosh.
But guys, outside of
Okay.
work, we get to
Focus.
play an awesome game called Power Outage.
Woo-woo.
Have you guys heard of that before?
I mean, I have.
I've only read through the entire book 5 times.
Yeah. I don't believe I believe our listeners are very interested in hearing about this game, Tyler.
Yeah, so today and for the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks after this is we're going to be playing a game called Power Outage. Be a hero. It is created by
I do not know how to say that name.
Babarsi El Tayyib, maybe? If I butchered that, I'm very sorry. And a bunch of other people helped him create it. But we are very excited. It is a game that is focused on superheroes and superpowers, and its main focus is actually for kids to play. So the mechanics are a lot more simple and understandable for them to play more complex tabletop games. So if you're a parent that has kids and you are addicted to tabletop games, then this could be a fun way to get them into the hobby also.
It's a gateway drug. It's a gateway drug.
And once you get on it, you're never going back.
Oh, Daddy likes role-playing games now. Maybe I should cut that.
Hit me up.
Wow, guys.
I forgot that we're family friendly. We were too busy. We had too long of an intro off off recording.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, everyone.
So today we are going to start our mini-series, and it's going to be in the city of, I think it's Outage, and if I remember correctly, it's in Alaska after this kind of mini apocalypse has happened and kind of ravaged the earth. But it also has granted people superpowers and abilities, and now they are living their lives in various cities and districts of Outage. So our story is going to take place in the Shorai City.
Oh,
so the Shorai City is... What?
That's not my hometown.
Which one was your hometown?
Atomi Zavod.
The sink?
No.
Let me see.
Atomi Savad. There's Zavod.
Oh, a Russian-inspired atomic punk city.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that sounds like a pretty awesome city. Let's cut this. Cut this and restart.
He does say in his explanation of it that you can do any one of these locations. There are certain locations that lend themselves more aptly for specific adventures or types of adventures. Like the sink is better for moral ambiguity. The overgrowth is really good for just like random exploration. I think he said Shirai City is good for like big battles, and then Atomi Zavad is really good for like noir mystery sort of stuff. So,
and actually, so after I didn't read that one specifically because I kind of missed it, but it actually fits a lot better than what I was originally thinking. So actually, we will be in the Atomi Zavad.
Yes,
because it's going to kind of be more of a mystery / detectivism with some gritty urban landscape. It's kind of the feel, at least I'm saying. So it's basically a Russian-inspired atomic punk city. It's shrouded in mysterious perpetual darkness. So it's kind of a more nitty-gritty, dirty city. And our heroes are actually in front of the HHA, which is the Hunky Hero Agency. You have been signed on with the superhero professional named Gutbuster. You have been training with him over the weeks, learning how to be a professional hero, and now you guys are on your first patrol with Gutbuster. Gutbuster is a 7-foot tall man. He is probably over 1,000 pounds, and he wears a white beater with cargo shorts filled with candy and junk food.
and this guy's a hero.
Oh, hey guys, so you guys have been doing a really good job.
Is this Big Peter or Mickey Mouse?
It's Big Peter.
We haven't pulled quite surprising for your size.
We haven't pulled him out for a long time. So yeah. No, how did it go? Spencer, can you do it for me?
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
It's more out of the back of your throat.
It's
and
in
then
the back
you throw
there.
it off. Just randomly, there are words that go up and down.
Well, that's fantastic. Well,
there it is.
You guys have been doing a great job this week, and I think you're ready for your first patrol. But before we go out, let's kind of go over our superpowers. Okay, we got Mr. Dimension. What the heck do you do?
Yes, I am Mr. Dimension Planetary. Sorry, lame joke from the. I'm a boomer right now.
I don't get it.
Anyway, whatever. So I'm called Mr. Dimension. Wait, are we doing also their actual names and their backgrounds and stuff?
Yeah, tell me all about you.
So this is a space where it's okay to reveal what.
Oh yeah,
your secret.
We're all superheroes here.
All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Yes, I'm known far and wide as Mr. Dimension, although my real name is Ty Desad Nielsen. I was when I was a teen, I was a child prodigy, and dude, I know you, dude. I'm sure as an old man at your age, everything's funny, but I don't know what's funny about my name.
Willie, you need to calm down.
Yeah, calm down. Anyway, I was a child prodigy. I worked for several big space programs, including NASA at one point, although I'm not really considered a prodigy much anymore. I mean, I still like to think I'm smart, but I think I only have slightly above average intelligence, which is compared to my colleagues. Anyway, I work for Spacey Co. That's space with a capital Y at the end. Spacey, the Spacey company. But as Mr. Dimension, I can travel between dimensions of space. All right. What I mean by that is, so we're in the third dimension, right? 3-dimensional space. I can make myself 2-dimensional, and so just pretty much instantly, he becomes as flat as a piece of paper. Like it's him, but he's completely flat. And so if he stood in a certain way, you wouldn't be able to see him at all.
Oh, wow.
And then he comes back in the third dimension, and even better, I can pop into the fourth dimension of space, and he just disappears entirely. But then, like, parts of him, like, phase in and out. Like, you kind of see his shoulder at one point, or a knee. He's kind of like, he's invisible, but he can, like, step back into the third dimension when he wants.
As you change your dimensions, are you capable of maintaining the same mass?
Well, certainly not in, well, no.
Oh,
but,
so you became a useless piece of paper. Wonderful.
You need to teach me that one.
Can you sneak under doors and through tight spaces and stuff?
I don't
Can
need
you teach
to.
me to... Can you teach me to be thinner like you?
I don't know how I got this power. Honestly, if I'm being honest, it might have something to do with the interspatial colliders in the last fighter jet, in the last space jet that I helped with.
Huh.
Yeah, because there was some weird experiment with that.
That sounds really complex. But let's go on to our next friend here.
Yeah.
We got this lady here. What's your name?
Yep. Okay.
I am not a woman, so it is clearly not me who he is addressing.
You need a candy bar or something?
No.
You don't got no meat on you.
No, thank you. I'm Arya Gale, codename the Tempest, and I control the wind.
Like you pass gas or something? I do that too.
No, like... And she makes, like, a ball of wind dance in her hand.
Oh, how'd you get that power?
I just... As long as I can remember, I've had it.
For someone who controls air, you are significantly less long-winded than our flat friend.
You're right, Willy. I agree with you there.
I think that was kind of uncalled for.
Oh, blow me.
Remind me what I did to get stuck on this team?
I don't know, but we hired you and you accepted, so you signed a contract.
Kind of your fault, isn't it?
Well,
And I just kind of puff some, like, instead of puff of air in your face, as like a, don't even. Your character gets a puff of air in the face.
Oh, right, sorry.
I'm surprised you didn't get blown away because he's thin as paper.
I'm not that light. Come on.
And we got the last but not least, but definitely the oldest.
Well, we have been working together for quite some time. This is my friend, Big Peter, and I am William McDougal, otherwise known as Wet Willy. They call me Wet Willy because I have specific abilities with water and the liquid arts.
And he's really
The
good at Wet
liquid
Willies.
arts. Dare I ask what these arts entail?
And I point my hands at him, and I use teary-eyed on him, which just makes you have really watery eyes, and you lose your vision. You're blinded.
Ah, that sucks. Oh gosh, my eyes
It's
are crying.
brilliant, isn't it?
Willy, put it in his ear, Willy.
I do have water hand as another technique.
I don't need a demonstration.
Yeah, no, please.
Well, that's everyone on the team. We're very excited. Today is our first patrol out on the streets. Don't screw it up for the hunky heroes.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you, my guys, my power is eating things. I can literally eat anything. And his mouth becomes like massively large, and then I can digest it and burn it for extra power. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, that's impressive.
So I can eat like rocks and metal and even like electricity. I can eat that.
That's so middle school.
Can you eat love?
Love?
Yes.
Yeah, I got love right here. And he pulls out a Twinkie and just gobbles it.
Not what I had in mind.
All right. Does anyone have any questions before we go out?
Nope.
Let's go.
Okay. All right, here we go. So you guys begin to walk out into the city.
Roll out.
It's over. You roll out.
William
Roll out for our
McDougal
friend.
is in a wheelchair. He has no ability in his legs, so he uses a wheelchair to get around.
And do you guys want to describe your characters? Maybe if they have like costumes or how they look. What do your people look like?
William McDougal has the classic kind of overly sized glasses that he's had since he went into the retirement home that he escaped out of. He has a classic plaid blanket over his legs, and he has an electric wheelchair that he's able to control with just a little knob on the side, so he doesn't have to roll it himself.
So may as well make him kind of like that one character I made as a kid, which is Mr. Dimension, Ty Desad Nielsen. He actually dresses fairly more dapper. He kind of leans into the Mr. part of the Mr. Dimension kind of thing.
Mr. Dimension Esquire.
So he's got like a black suit, a bow tie, and everything. Black pants, black shoes, white shirt.
Black tie, everything.
He even has like sunglasses. However, his hair, if you imagine Jesse and James from Team Rocket from Pokemon, right? Imagine Jesse's hair, but on a guy, and it's black.
Whoa, nice.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nice. All right, and Tempest. What does Tempest look like?
Well, she wears like some like cream leggings, a mint green tunic dress type thing, and then has super white blonde hair and light green eyes.
Light green eyes. All right. So you guys roll out, you walk out, you do whatever you're doing, and you hit the streets. It is overcast like it always is, and the streets are, somewhat busy, not too busy. I imagine kind of a New York City feel, kind of in a way. And as you begin to walk, Gutbuster is kind of giving you some tips about being a pro hero and interacting with the public in a way. And you walk out in front of a gym, and there's this guy who's sweaty. He has a towel over his shoulders, and he has his wallet in his hand. And as he's walking to the street, he drops his wallet down into one of the drains. He's like, "Oh, man. Oh, I just dropped my wallet. No.
Oh,
Man,
friends, we need
how
to
am I going
help.
to fit? How am I going to fit in this? Oh, this grate's so skinny. Oh, my muscles are too big."
So Mr. Dimension thinks to himself, it's oddly convenient that I happen to be walking by in this situation where I am the best person to help out. And so he steps forward and says, "Allow me, if you please, good sir." And he uses his second dimension power and slips into the grate, grabs the wallet.
Let's roll power first.
Let's roll power, right.
Let's see if
This
you
is the
can
check
handle
thing.
this. We'll do the first check here.
All right. So it's a D20 plus my power stat, correct?
Correct. So in Outage, Power Outage, very simple. There's, I think, 3 main stats you're going to be rolling most of the time. impact is more physical nature, like human qualities, like you're kicking or punching or lifting. You have power, which is controlling your superpower that you have. And then you have Omer, which is kind of your defensive role. So for Nick using his power, he's going to roll power, add a d20 roll to it.
And I have, so I put 2 points. I have 2 points in impact, 4 in power, and 3 in over. So this is going to be d20 plus 4. I got a total of 22. I rolled an 18 plus 4.
So describe what happens. You are more than successful.
Okay. So yeah, he becomes 2-dimensional, and he just rolls himself up and like dips into the grate, and just kind of like reaches out wraps his 2-dimensional hand and arm around the wallet, and comes back up, becomes 3-dimensional, pops back in the 3rd dimension, and he hands the wallet back, and he says, "A bit damp, I suppose, but well, I suppose that's nothing new to you. There you are, sir."
Whoa, man! What? Like, how did you do that, bro? Like, what kind of supplements you taking?
No supplements. I've just been hanging around space programs. Not sure if that's your kind of thing, but in any case, yeah, I just happen to be in the area and just happen to help out, you know?
Well, what's your name? Are you like one of those heroes?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Dimension.
Oh, never heard of you, man. But thanks, dude.
You're quite welcome.
And he continues off to his car.
I can think of at least 2 alternative methods to get that didn't involve going into the sewers.
I can think of a third.
Sewers.
Hey guys, he was doing his best.
But whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Mr. Dimension puts an arm around Tempest, and it's like,
"Oh, is this going to be a creepy love triangle that we are forming? I am not involved."
No, we're not. No.
I'm just watching.
Not what I'm doing.
This is interesting. Usually I'm just on my own, so this is new.
These are friends.
I have friends now.
I'm not the bad guy this time.
I'm not the
or
bad
am
guy.
I?
Or is he?
Because you're going in to put your arm around me, I'd duck away.
As you guys continue on your day, you patrol. Not too much is happening. You got Buster's kind of opening up to you guys, and he takes you out to this little food truck, and he says, So why did you guys want to be heroes?
Well, it's quite simple. When I was working back many years ago, I worked at the Ivanovov power plant for my entire adult life. I noticed that there were some strange experiments going on in the water, and I took note of that. I spoke out, and the next day I woke up without feeling in my legs. The doctor of the power plant, Dr. Zhivago, came over and diagnosed me. He said that this was due to extreme psychological stress, which will likely pose and impede my mental facilities as well as my legs. He mandated that I be put in this adult care facility, Papa Pavlovich's place for people past the prime. And that's where I was for 10 years, itching to get out by any means. Since I discovered that strange water experiment taking place, I had a fascination with liquid, and I drank as much as I could to conduct my own experiments at the care facility. Most nurses thought I was just crazy. Can you believe that?
Not at all.
Crediting it to the mental breakdown that I had experienced. An undercover nurse who also worked at the power plant was charged with keeping track of me. He got tired of watching me, as he called me, the old fart, inch closer to my death, and decided he'd take matters into his own hands. He convinced his girlfriend to steal some of the radioactive water that they were using at the plant and gave it to me. Unbeknownst to me, I drank it up. I drank your water! Although they had been experimenting on plants, animals, and even humans, they never tested it on a man who drank 3.5 gallons of water a day. It didn't do anything to me except for give me these magnificent powers. So now I fight against corporate greed. And care facilities. I hate those damn things.
I mean, you probably could have watered down your comments a little bit more than that. But, cool story, bro.
Wow, that sounded really prepared.
It's almost like I was reading the whole thing and having to change the third person you, or second person you, to first person I. It's
Well,
quite the task.
I became a superhero just because I wasn't seeing much of a future in Spacey Co.
Spacey Co? Man, it's because you're not a prodigy anymore, huh?
Yeah. Everyone caught up with me, apparently.
Man, that's a bummer.
So now you're exploring places where adventurers have never gone before.
It's not much to see.
This is
You don't
my
have a lot of
hometown, I'll have
enthusiasm.
you know.
I was hoping to find an actual flat. If you've heard of the short story Flatland, I was hoping to find an actual Flatland in the second dimension. No, I don't see any squares and triangles swimming around in a piece of paper. It sucks.
Well, your story is a lot more sad than Willy's. Man.
What are you talking about? They killed my family!
Wait, what? I don't remember
they
that
didn't
part.
kill my family, but they took my legs.
And I'm guessing your family didn't visit you.
No, not once.
They're out of the will then. Oh, what about what about you, Tempest?
I don't have children.
Oh, that makes sense. I don't either.
What do you mean? It seems that we are getting too deep down the rabbit hole of my life. Let's move on to some other character.
What about you, Tempest? Or you just kind of go with the flow, right?
Wherever the wind takes her.
Are you like an air nomad?
Never heard those before.
She just blew into town.
No, my mother and father said they'd only help pay for college if I got a job, because apparently working while going to school builds character, and this job had the most flexible hours and the easiest get in, so.
Huh.
All you need is a crazy, stupid costume.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how I got my job. Oh, wait, I started this. Never mind. Hey, Tempest, are you going to eat that corn dog?
No.
Tempest,
you can have it.
because of this, are you able to get internship school credit as well?
Yes.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Exactly.
And as he reaches and he's eating your corn dog, his phone begins to light up with an HHA notification. He pulls open the application and it shows that there is a break-in to Dr. Newtonius's lab.
I was hoping it'd be Dr. Zhivago again. Anyway, Dr. Newtonius. Okay.
Dr. Newtonius's lab. And he says, "Oh, it looks like we actually have some serious business."
What, somebody else dropped their wallet?
No, if that was the case, Mr. Paper could fix that easy peasy. But no, we got to run over to Mr. Newtonius's lab. That's the 2-3 blocks down. It's pretty close.
Let's go.
What are you guys waiting
HHA,
for?
roll out!
And you guys begin to run towards the lab. But Gutbuster is extremely slow behind you, as he is out of shape. Oh, man. And you come into what is a large kind of hospital-like building. I would say almost like a clinic size. Lots of glass panels, fairly modern in its architecture. You see that the outside door has been blasted open, and you see 4 individuals leaving the building. On top of one of the people leaving the building, on his shoulder, is a bright red lizard person. And Gutbuster says,
"Oh no!
Look! Oh no!
Oh no!
They got Dr. Joey. We have to We have to stop them. Well, since this is your first day, I'm going to let you guys handle it, and I'm going to watch while I eat Tempest's corn dog.
A man has to recuperate his energy. I completely agree.
So Dr. Joey, the red lizard, is being carried by someone else, or?
Correct. So to kind of paint the picture, they have just went through the blasted open doors of the lab.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 individuals.
Newtonium. Oh my god.
Two are made of a bready-like substance. Let's roll an impact roll just to see what you see and what you notice.
That's a good point. The impact can be used. It's used in combat, but it's also used for basically everything that you do that doesn't relate to your power or defending yourself.
Exactly.
I got a 16.
Nice.
I got a 15.
Got a 21.
Oh wow. Okay.
Nice.
It was pretty low check, but you guys all passed it pretty easily. You see that there's 3 individuals. 2 are made out of what appears to be some kind of pancakey substance. The one individual seems to be like a liquid form of a person that has little chunks of what appears to be cereal flakes inside of him. And the final individual is wearing a black trench coat. He has a gold, almost yellow-like helmet on his head with a bright red star kind of in the center. It's in one of those like 8-point kind of compass-like stars. He has Mr. Newtonius, or Joey, Dr. Joey, on his shoulder, and he is running away.
And there were 3?
And then there's 3 kind of foodie-made people.
So there's the trench coat, and then there's the other 3.
Bowl, breakfast cereal.
Like doughy, like 2 doughy thing.
2 pancakes, 1 cereal, and
1 trench coat.
Surprise inside. It's a 4-course breakfast. It's a complete deal.
Part of this complete breakfast. Okay.
I don't think this was what they meant.
What do you mean?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's fight him. Let's stop Mr. Trenchcoat.
For it.
I honestly I don't remember how initiative works. It didn't really say anything about it.
I think it says something like whoever attacks first goes first. It's like group based, isn't it?
Initiative is nebulous. It's however the GM and players want to do it. So it could be if the hero attacks first or the opponent attacks first, and then you don't roll for order. It's just however you guys want to do it. And it looks like it's to the point that anybody could go if they speak up first. And you can change the order in the next round is what it sounds like.
Let's be real. That's what actually would happen if we had kids playing. Right?
Yeah.
Like kids blurting out, I want to do this. And the game allows them, like, okay, great, you do that. Or something like that.
Agreed.
Okay.
So Tyler, what do you want us to do?
I'm gonna kick Starface in the head.
They notice you guys since no one's really said anything. I don't know, did Tempest say something?
I want to go up and kick Starface in the head.
I want to go up and kill Starface. Just
kick.
I want to murder
him.
Yield. You want to yield, Starface.
Okay, I've been listening to a clicking noise all day at work.
So kill.
That's making me crazy.
Click equals kill. That's how you trigger Tempest. All right.
Click, kick, kill. It's all the same thing, really.
Okay. So, Starface is actually behind all of the breakfast crew. The breakfast club is in between you and Starface.
Dang it.
First rule, don't talk about Breakfast Club. Oh, wait.
That's Fight Club, son.
Yeah, I know.
I want to wind blast the breakfast food.
Okay. So what are you using? Are you using one of your powers?
Yep.
Yeah, so each of us superhero people, I really like the way they have powers, actually. So you can kind of craft your own powers. They have a list of them, that are available at certain levels. And there are combat, there's utility, and support powers. And it's not like a fire power or a wind power or whatever. It's just like take this, this power lets you deal 1d8 damage, or this power lets you be invisible for a certain amount of time, or this power lets you shove someone back or whatever. And you can pretty much craft.
It's the effect that it tells you, not...
Yeah, exactly. Which I think is really cool. So you can shape it to look however you want. So go ahead.
Okay, so what's your wind blast?
So it's the... Oh, gosh. What was the term for the offensive powers?
Combat.
Combat. Thank you. I couldn't remember what that word was. It's Combat E is what it's listed as. It allows me to target up to 4 enemies who are less than or equal to 5 spaces away.
Okay.
And then split the damage across the enemies in any amount, or I can do half damage on one enemy if I only target one. So I figured for her that would be like kind of knives of wind in the air that go and kind of slash at them to deal damage.
All right, yeah, go for it. So, do I need to roll individual rolls for each of the enemies?
I
don't think it says.
I don't know.
Probably not. I would assume that they would roll. I would assume they would
standard.
roll armor.
Is it
Yeah.
standard action?
Standard action, and yeah.
Okay, so are you going to target all 3 of the Breakfast Club?
Yep.
Well,
All
you
4?
can target 4 people,
Oh,
right?
there are 4. Do you want to target all 4?
Then the most damage I do is 2 to each. I'd rather just do 3.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing all 3 of the Breakfast Club. They're going to roll their armor, which is their defensive stat. So for the 2 Pancakes, they have 0 defense, and then for the serial offender, they have 2. So.
Oh, it sounds like the word armor. Okay. Omer is spelled O-H-M-E-R. And I just realized now that it sounds like the word armor as well. If you say it,
or
armor. That anyway.
Spiritual defense.
It also, if you switch the letters around, it spells Homer, which is a reference to the Iliad, which, as we know, children love.
Part of every child's favorite bedtime story.
So,
anyway, go
Rebecca, did you roll like an attack roll, or do they need to beat like a certain number?
I have no clue. It didn't say
the way that
I was reading.
Because you would roll a power.
You would roll a power.
Roll a d20 and add your impact or power
Nick
score.
didn't show me. Nick didn't show me this part, so
Here.
I had no clue.
Okay.
The way that combat works in general is it's a competitive roll system.
Okay.
So the attacker rolls whatever impact or power, and then the defendant, the prosecutor rolls an attack stat, and the defendant, they definitely roll their armor stat. Goodness, what do I do for a living? What is my life?
The question we ask ourselves every week, every time we do this podcast.
No, seriously.
For real.
Okay,
Anyway.
What did you roll? I think you just roll 3 times, and I'll just kind of...
Okay, I got a 15 on the first one.
Okay, so we'll go Pancake.
I got a 15 on the second one.
Pancake. Cereal.
And I got a 21.
21.
Jeez. Okay,
21.
so you hit the first
Nice.
pancake, you hit the second pancake, and then we're going to do the serial offender. Let's see what he got. No, you hit all of them. Easy.
Okay.
What's the damage?
Not good.
She rolled a 1 on the damage dice.
So they all
One
take 1
divided-
damage?
No, I have to divide the total among the
jeez.
3 of them. How does that work with a 1, though?
Choose
Well,
one.
you hit them with air.
Choose one of them. Like, I don't know. Choose one to damage.
A cereal bowl. I'm doing 1 damage on the cereal bowl.
All right.
You're going back in the bag.
Ooh, after it's all milky.
A little milk splashes as the wind hits his face, and you see little droplets of milk from his body. So Tempest went. Who wants to go next? We'll just have all the heroes go, and then we'll have them go.
I'll go next. So I may not. So my powers are more utility, like usefulness. By the way, combat is obvious. You do damage, fighting, whatever. Utility is you get to do all kinds of like useful things. Support powers are ones where you help make your friends stronger.
What are my limitations on how often I can use my powers?
I'm pretty sure you can
6
use your powers.
times.
Right, yeah, 6 times before.
You have at level 1 you have 2 powers, and you can use them a max of 6 times unless you energize, which is just holding yourself for 2 rounds and not being able to attack.
Like Dragon Ball
but being
Z.
able to be attacked.
What does that get you if you do that?
1d6.
Okay.
Yeah, 1d6 charges. Alright, so one of my powers is I'm going to use my 4th dimension ability. I called it a 4th dimension ability. The effect is being able to phase through most walls must become substantial at the end of turn. This is a movement action. This is me traveling. My travel points is 7. So how far away is the trenchcoat person?
He is probably your max movement.
Okay, so I'll reach the trenchcoat person if I use my max movement.
Yes.
Like a straight line. Cool. So I use the 4th dimension power, and I basically phase through the Breakfast Club to get to the trenchcoat guy. And for my standard action, I'm going to punch him.
All right, go.
And he tried to punch him.
And I
Which one?
punched him.
The trenchcoat guy.
I thought he was behind the other food.
Yeah, I phased through them.
Oh, okay.
Did you have to roll for that? Was that just...
Oh, did you want me to roll?
Yeah, let's. If you're using a power, let's roll for it. Why not? All right.
Well, I mean, like it doesn't like there were no dice mentioned for it as far as I know. For utility things, yeah, it says dice damage is none. Right?
I think, what was it, UP? Was it utility P?
Yeah, it was.
Then it's just movement. You don't have to roll.
Perfect.
That's what it looks like. Unless,
Okay.
so I
what I
think if
figured.
it says standard, you have to roll for it. If it's free, then you don't have to do anything for it. It just happens and it's a use. And then movement is the same thing. That would be my guess, but
No, I agree with you.
I don't see any indication.
All
Sorry
right.
to interrupt.
All right. Go to
Cool.
kick him. So you're gonna
All right,
roll impact.
Yeah, so my impact is 2, and I rolled a 1, giving me a gentleman's 3.
Yeah, he blocks that.
Dang it!
He actually puts Joey in the middle of you guys, and you actually kick Joey.
Oh,
How could you?
he's a dragon.
You
He'll be
darn
fine.
dang
He's a
fool.
lizard thing. He'll be fine.
And you hear Gutbuster just, "You're not supposed to kick the hostage."
Maybe some of you could shut up and help me.
So we have
All
Wet
right,
Willy's
will
up.
do.
And Wet Willy unscrews the cork to the flask that he has. But obviously, since it's a children's game, it's water. So the water
Obviously.
flows out of it, out of like the flask in his comfortable shirt breast pocket, and it reaches all the way over, and it grabs onto Joey, and he is using his special ability, Water Hand. And Water Hand's ability is the ability, it's utility Q. So it is the ability to manipulate particular materials from a distance of 20 spaces. They are no greater, can be no greater than what you can lift with your bare hands. So I'm just grabbing onto Joey, and I'm just gonna try and pull him back to us.
You're treating this like a mage hand, basically, right?
Exactly, yep.
Cool. Very cool.
Using my beautiful power die.
Power die. Oof. He rolled pretty good.
Oh, he rolled better than me. I rolled a 1 plus 3 is 4.
He rolled a 22. So
Ugh, my sciatic nerve.
all right. So your water hand reaches out, tries to grab onto Joey, but as you kind of are forcing yourself to pull him, your nerve kind of acts up, and the water falls on the ground, splashing.
Willie, what are you doing?
You're not supposed to drop the hostage.
He's so sweaty, I couldn't control it.
So now the other team is going. The breakfast bunch is going to go now. Our leather clad duster. What did I call it? It was an overcoat and black overcoat. He is
Black
going
trench
to
coat,
run away even further. Also, all of you are going to need to make a defense roll for me. He's going to use his ability.
I got a 7 total.
17.
Okay, 17. Let's see.
Ooh, 21.
Ooh, 7. Okay, he got a 17. So I will say that our friends Tempest and also our friend Mr. Dimension, are going to be unable to see this individual with Joey. Wet Willy, you still see him. So basically what happens is he emits a brilliant bright light around him and it explodes outwards. And it kind of has everyone else kind of stunned and blind for a bit. And you, Wet Willy, you are able to maybe avert your gaze and are able to keep your sight so that you can continue having your eyes on him. But he is fairly far away from you now. The pancakes are going to go after our friend Mr. Dimension.
Did you call them pancakes?
They are called pancakes.
So, to clarify, in this game, a tie goes to the offender?
I would
The attacker?
assume so, but there weren't any rules about that.
Let's look at it. Roll a d20, add your imp or power score, and check if it's equal to or greater than the enemy's 20 roll plus their own score. If successful, it counts as a hit. So,
Cool.
the aggressor wins ties.
Okay, so it's the same as D&D.
It's all
Yeah.
good. I just wanted to clarify. and make
It doesn't do
sure.
any damage to you. It's more of
The
a...
match is a pass.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I just,
It's a good thing to know, though. So, thanks. So the pancakes are the two of them are going to begin to pummel and powder Dimension Man. So they are going to use their powdered ability. So here we go. There's two of them. So one got a 21 and the other one got a 9. So if you want to roll 2 defense rolls.
Oh, man. Okay, so I got 18 and 14.
Okay, so one attack hits. So I'm going to roll a d6 and half it for the damage. So you're going to take 2 damage. But the thing is, powdered, it's going to deal continuous damage each round until you are encouraged.
you can do it.
So they pretty much cover you in powdered sugar and just blast you, and so you're covered.
Powdered sugar everywhere. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, just so you know, encourage is another standard action. You can roll a d20 plus 2 when encouraging a friend. And if you get a 10 or higher, you can heal yourself or a teammate for 1d6. Or more if a power grants further ability.
Mhm.
It helps to actually say something positive.
Oh man, so much positivity here. It's going to be so great. All right. The serial killer, he is going to turn his face over to Wet Willy, and he is going to shoot off some sugary pebbles at you as he shoots these. And he got a 16 to hit you.
Dang it, I got a 12 to defend.
All right, here we go.
Ow!
So here we go. We're going to roll this D3. And that is 3 damage, actually 4 damage to you as he shoots these like fruity pebbles out of his flesh towards you. Kind of like an earthbender shooting rocks, but it comes out of his body, his milky form, basically.
Oh, so this is the game you want?
So they have all gone. Now it is back to you guys. You guys can decide what you want to do, whoever wants to go first.
I'm going to go ahead and encourage myself.
Can you encourage yourself?
You can.
You can't
yeah.
encourage yourself.
Wow.
Let me read it again. Roll a d20 plus 2 when encouraging a friend, and if you get 10 or higher, you heal yourself or a teammate for 1d6.
But you have to encourage someone else.
No, it says you get plus 2 to the d20 roll.
Let me pat
when you are
myself on the
encouraging a
back
friend.
here.
So,
Heroes can encourage their partners when encouraging teammates.
well, where are you? Because I'm on page 10 of the
I'm on page
document.
31, where it actually talks about encouragement.
I encourage you not to cheat, Nicholas.
It says heroes can also encourage their partners.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not imply that a hero can encourage themselves?
The way that I read it is that this is additional standard actions. So it's saying in addition to any one of the previous standard actions, they can also choose to heal a teammate.
It sounds like they're partners, which means not themselves, at least from what I understand.
Well, so I mean, like it says, as a standard action, a hero can choose to encourage by rolling a d20. If the score is above 10, you can restore yield points for 1d6. And then after that, it says heroes can also encourage their partners.
And the first sentence does say, heroes all have the innate ability to restore their own or their partner's
There we
vitality
go.
in combat.
That's so weird.
All right. Well, yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
You're giving yourself a pep talk. I got this.
Giving yourself affirmations in the middle of a battle. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like
Shake it up.
to. I'm not going to be able to do much damage anyway. My impact is only 2, and I don't have any combat abilities. So, I'm going to encourage myself, and I got an 18. So I'm going to heal back 3.
Nice. Good job.
So I'm back up to full.
You did it. All right. So that was Mr. Dimension. So Tempest or Wet Willy?
I'll go ahead and kick at one of the pancakes. I'll kick at one of the pancakes.
All right. Go for it.
Can I say it right? It's pancakes.
Pancake. I'll go and kick at one of the pancakes.
It sounds like some Minnesota mom or something.
Oh,
I should know. I lived in Minnesota for a while.
20.
All right. Let's see what he gets for his defense.
How do I roll for impact?
You add your impact.
Yeah,
to
the
it.
impact
No,
score.
but how do I roll damage?
It's a 1d4, or you can choose the minimum of 2.
2, yeah. He fails. He is not able to block your kick or your punch.
Can I take the minimum of 2?
Did you get another 1, I guess?
Yep.
All right. Man, we are dealing some serious damage here. You kick into one of the pancakes, and you see like the fluffy ruffle as his pancakey skin kind of vibrates as you kick it. So now we have Willy.
I assume that since we are in a lobby, there is a water cooler of some sort here. So I will use my mage hand or water hand again and grab that and actually lift it over one of the pancakes and just dump all the water onto it, because I assume that water is a weakness of a bready material. So
It's pretty good.
that is actually what I'm
nice.
going to do, and I'm going to use the power of Water Hand. Oh, baby boy, that is a 23.
He got an 8. Are you doing the one that Tempest already hit?
Sure. I mean, unless I'd be able to just dump it on both of them, because that was a nat 20. Just like, it is a 5-gallon jug of water in a water cooler.
Well, these are also.
Well, I'll roll another
human-sized
defense.
pancake
Okay, the other one got a
pancakes,
1.
right?
So you are able to drench both of them. Because they are punching Mr. Dimension. They are right next to each other.
Does it have any noticeable effect?
Roll a d4.
A D4. 2.
2 damage. Awesome. Well, you do notice that the one that was attacking, that got attacked by Tempest, is beginning to fall into mushy pieces. Very little of him is still up. The other one is still pretty well formed.
And using my movement, I'm going to move back as far away as I can.
Just backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I have... With Water Hand, that can be up to 20 spaces that I do that's the max distance. So I go as far back as I can to try and get out of range of other people.
Okay. So now it is the Breakfast Club. The 2 pancakes are going to continue wailing on Mr. Dimension. This time they are going to do some kind of slam attacks with their fluffy good pancake fists. That was a 5, and the second attack was a 18. So a 5 and an 18, Nick.
Encourage yourself.
5 and 17.
I gave you real dice.
Yeah, I thought it'd be
gosh.
softer. I didn't want to make so much noise, so I was using my
All
app.
right, here we
Your
go.
funeral.
So both attacks hit. They're going to just roll the d4 just to see what they get. First one is a 1. Second one is a 1. So only 2 damage.
It's only 2 damage. Well, that's good.
That's like a me level of damage.
Yeah, that's a Tempest level.
Tempest is having a bad day.
The serial offender begins to shoot out more fruity pebbles at Tempest. So he's going to shoot his flakes, his sugar rush ability. And here we go. Oh, that was pretty good. 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 1d3 plus 4. Okay, so that was only 2 damage also. As he shoots off these flakes and they kind of bounce off your head. Our masked villain continues to flee and you lose sight of him around the corner.
Gosh dang it.
And Gubba's like, hey, you're letting him go.
Not on my watch.
And I turn my chair around and I start going after him.
All right, so that is your move. I don't really know what your movement stat is, but he is pretty far.
I actually have a movement of 7.
It's pretty
As
good.
do I.
That's
I'm
pretty
the slow
decent.
one
good.
at 6.
So I'm in pursuit.
Okay. You are probably right in front of the Pancakes and the serial killer. So you're getting closer into combat.
Okay, if I'm gonna be there, then I'm just on my way through. I'm gonna do teary-eyed. I'm gonna go,
Stop crying, you big baby!
and put the tears in the eyes of the serial offender.
Okay. So roll your power.
21.
You beat him, so he is teary-eyed.
So that means that when he is teary-eyed, I blind or weaken an enemy, causing their next attack to have a -2 on their attack and damage.
Ooh, that's good.
That's really good.
That is very good. All right, that's that. Okay, Tempest, Mr. Dimension, you guys are up.
Mr. Dimension will also be in pursuit, using 4th Dimension again to phase through enemies and use all 7 of his movement to try to get as close to the trench coat villain as possible.
Okay.
Take care of them, Tempest. Do your job.
My job, the job is to help Dr. Joey over there.
Somebody has to hold the fort.
Hold what for it?
That's
We're going for
me.
the doctor.
Okay, I'm gonna use.
You guys are all just ditching Tempest.
Yeah, it's all good.
She can handle herself.
Okay, I'm gonna use like a blast of wind on Breakfast Bowl, and
It'll all blow over soon.
it should push him back a space as well.
Okay. She got a 1, so I'm sure you're going to hit him.
Yeah, that's 14.
Okay, yeah, you hit him. Does it just hit him back, or does it do damage also?
It shoves him back, and then it moves. If I could keep my dice in my hand. Let me try this again. It does 1d6. So that's 3 damage. That's like more than my
Finally.
last 2 turns.
Finally.
You shoot this huge gust of wind at the serial killer, and he literally splatters against the glass walls of the lab, and you just see the flakes begin to drip down slowly as he begins to pool on the floor with a sad face made of fruity pebbles.
I was trying to think of any weaknesses that cereal has, and the only one that I could come up with was a garbage disposal, and I'm like, I don't think we have one of those on hand.
So the serial killer is eliminated. The 2
It
Pancakes
has yielded.
are going to chase after our friend Mr. Dimension.
One is a soggy boy,
One
and
is
the
a
other
soggy, and the other one's blind. Here we go.
No, I did the blind effect on serial
Yeah.
offender.
Oh, okay. So he's done anyways. All right. So one of Pancake is going to go after Mr. Dimension. The other is going to go after Tempest. So Tempest, he got a 17 to hit you with his slam attack, and for Dimension, he got a 10.
23
Ooh,
to
nice.
defend.
So he slams down. He's doing an overhead tomahawk strike, and you are able to Dimension kind of compress yourself out of the way of the attack.
Basically. Yeah.
And Tempest, what'd you get on your defense roll? I think you got a 16.
Not great. I got an 11.
All right, here we go. Time to do some damage. 4 damage. Oh, yeah. The max.
Pretty good.
He does an uppercut right into your gut and just knocks the wind out of you. All right, and then our friend, Mr. Mask, is going to continue running to where you guys have no idea.
Okay. I mean, I'm assuming that we can still chase him, or is he narratively too fast for us?
If you want, you can roll an impact check to see if you can maybe pick up on a trail or something.
I'll go ahead and do that. I got a 10.
All right. I'm going to say that's probably not enough to be able to spot him.
Okay. Very well. Was that my standard action?
No, that can just be a free action.
Okay. Very well. Then I'll just be like, well, that sucks. And turn around and if I can travel enough to get to a pancake, then I will try to hit it. The more damaged of the two, the one that looks like it's melting more.
Yeah, they're within range. You'll be fine.
Okay, I got another 10.
All right, let's see what he gets on his defense roll. He got an 11.
Stupid.
All right, we got Tempest or Willy, whoever wants to go
Going
next.
through one that sucker punched me.
All right, go for it.
That is 12.
He got a 7, so you hit him.
And I'm going to do another one of those wind blasts.
Yeah, those things are OP.
4.
All right, he is blown into pieces. You just see batter just fly into the air. And the powder of the toppings is basically falling down like snow.
Ha!
All right, Wet Willy. There's one left.
So, the guy got away? Is that kind of the summary?
From what I can tell.
The last pancake is putting his hands up like he's surrendering.
All right, what we're gonna do here, you need to stop. There's no point in us fighting anymore. We could splatter you from here to Kingdom Come back to Timbuktu. We don't want to.
Please, I don't want to die. I was born yesterday.
Where's your commanding officer going?
Roll an impact.
17.
All right, let's see what happens. You are barely successful. He rolled a 17.
I need you to tell us where he was taking Dr. Joey.
I don't know about that, but...
All right, why was he taking Dr. Joey?
All I know is the garçon told me to help him take Joey.
I heard garçon, is that what it is?
Yeah, he made me yesterday.
Can you take us to this confectionery creator?
Oh, I mean, I don't snitches get stitches.
Well, people who don't talk tend to dissolve and die painfully. It doesn't rhyme and it is not as sexy, but it is just as true.
Oh.
So what do you want? Do you want stitches or do you want death?
Oh. He hangs out.
Remember, I rolled higher.
I know. He has a restaurant called La Gabrielle. It's down in Center Street. It's a 5-star restaurant that he runs.
Michelin stars, or is it just standard newspaper local stars?
Oh, those are Michelins. He's really good.
5 Michelin stars?
That's
impossible.
That is literally unheard of.
He's really good. I wish I had some of his food before I left.
Well, you can come with us. Join the good team.
Are you sure?
If you don't join us, Peter can eat you.
Oh yeah, you know I will.
I'm sorry, Gutbuster can eat you.
It's okay. All right.
It's probably Michelin stars from the tire company, not the
The tire company is the one that does that.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they invented it way back
more.
in like the 30s or 40s. They invented it to try and get people to like take time out of their trips to go to these places, and ever since then they've been continuing with it.
Wow, and it became so prestigious.
Get people to drive more.
Dang. All right.
And Willie, you probably would have heard about this restaurant because it's pretty well known in the city.
But yeah, I can go with you, I guess. My creator won't be happy.
Well, we could put a disguise on you.
Oh, like a fake mustache?
Sure.
That will definitely convince everyone.
Okay.
And he picks up pieces of his friend and forms like a mustache out of the leftover
Disgusting.
pancake. And he puts it on his face.
Here you go.
That is vile on so many levels.
That like a whole new pancake.
Well,
I mean, when you consider it, it doesn't make sense. When somebody dies, I don't take a finger off of them and put it on my face and say it's a mustache.
Well,
That's
pancakes
disgusting.
also don't usually come to life, Willie.
Yeah.
Shows how much you know about Atomy Zavod.
well, good job, guys. Well, do we want to... so we have one lead, but we should probably check out the crime scene. Maybe get some more information. What do you think?
Oh, right. There'd be more breaking in stuff deeper in the building. Yeah, let's go in there.
All right. So you enter into the lab. It has a fairly nice lobby. In the center is a nice fountain. Fairly nice tiled floors, nice plants in the outskirts of the room. And further in is a glass room with various pieces of science equipment and stuff like that. There are a few other half-human, half-lizard scientists there who are hiding basically behind tables and things like that. And yeah, so you guys can investigate the crime scene. You can talk to the witnesses. You can always ask the Pancake for more information about the Garçon if you want. So it's kind of up to you.
Mr. Dimension will talk to like the other people around, like the witnesses and stuff, and ask basically what happened, what they know.
Oh, well, thank you very much for coming in. You really saved our toodles here. Well, I was just so flustered and nervous. But what do you want to know? I'll try to help all you can so we can save Mr. Joey.
Well, basically everything you know, like what happened when they came in. Do you know how? Do you know what their motives might have been, or like what happened when they got?
What was Mr. Joey? What was?
Yeah, what was Mr. Joey working on?
Well, Mr. Joey and the team here of Fire Nutia are
Fire Nutia, of course.
They were working on understanding how the apocalypse started all these superpowers. So he's studying the science of how powers were created and how they work in the human genome and all that kind of stuff.
Huh. Sounds like something a villain would want to know.
Probably. That's why that guy broke in. He just came in here. Well, the door was locked, but all of a sudden I saw the super bright beam come out of his face, and he melted the door. And it blew up.
Melted the door?
Yeah, and then he came in, and he melted all the cameras with these laser beams kind of shooting out of his head, blasting all the cameras, and he blinded all the guards with this bright light, and then took Mr. Joey.
I see.
Is it Mr. Joey or Dr. Joey?
Oh, well, it's either one, but he's a real doctor.
Duly noted.
So yeah, and then these food boys came in and they did kind of crowd control, and then they left with Mr. Joey, or Dr. Joey, sorry. We're really close friends, so I call him Mister.
Where was Dr. Joey's station?
It's just back here at the separate office. And he takes you over to the left, where there's a pretty good size office with some personal lab equipment and things like that.
I want to investigate and see if I can find any, clues they may have left.
All right, you can do that.
What was your name, fellow companion?
Oh, my name's, what is my name?
Lizzie.
Lizzie. Yeah, how did you know my name was Lizzie?
Spencer's at it again
It's
with
on your
forcing.
name badge?
Well, I feel like if you're going to interrogate or question anybody, you need to know who they are.
It's true.
Lizzie the Lizard.
Lizzie the Lizard. You know it. That's me. So are you going to kind of investigate with, your own humanly kind of abilities, or do you want to, sense with your powers? I don't really know how you want to go about this.
Try human senses first.
Okay.
I guess I don't technically have any, I don't know how flexible it is on,
sensory powers, yeah.
Yeah. I went for offense.
Okay,
Good
roll
offense.
roll an impact check then.
Okay. That was not great. That was a 7. I rolled a 3.
That's real bad. You notice that the plants in the building are abnormally large now. They're kind of overgrown. But that's kind of all you notice as you're investigating, besides the destroyed cameras and doors and things like that.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well,
I
he may have destroyed the cameras, but he did not necessarily destroy the camera footage. Where is the security room so I can investigate and watch through the clips and see what is going on?
Well, would the clips have been... Well, I guess the clips would end when the cameras were melted, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's right underneath the stairs here. And he opens up a little, closet underneath the stairs that has a little tiny security room, basically.
Oh, convenient. Out of the way, yet completely capable.
Yeah, so here, you can watch all you want. And he gives you access to the footage for today. And
Password 123 is not secure.
it's really fast, though.
It may be fast, but somebody is bound to steal your data.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess ease is more important than security for me.
Dr. Lizzie, I assume.
Correct.
Doctor, if you're working here.
Thank you.
Dr. Lizzie, I strongly urge you to invest more in cybersecurity. I know a gentleman of the name Tyler who might be able to assist you. Anyway, thank you for the video.
All right. You play the video, and it's kind of how he described. You see the front door begins to melt or turn into, the metal begins to brighten to an immense heat, and then it bursts open. You see the black-coated man with the gold helmet walks into the room. You notice that he has kind of polarized glasses over his eyes, and you see him shoot this bright light into the room, blinding the people in the area. And then you see him individually shoot these, what seems to be beams of light at some of the other cameras. As you notice that he's walking into the room, the plants are kind of growing immensely fast. And the footage stops after he turns at the camera that was recording in that direction you're watching, and it cuts.
So, is there a specific part of his face or body where the lasers come from? Or is it just, generally?
It kind of comes out of wherever he desires.
Okay.
It can come out of his hands, come off, his forehead. There doesn't seem to be, one specific place that he can attack from. So that's all the security footage for today. Obviously, there's not any more because the camera's busted.
No, that is quite all right, Dr. Lizzie. I do not believe I have any more questions.
Well,
yeah, I'd trying to think. I mean, just barged in, grabbed the guy, and left. I don't know if we'd be able to look at any, notes or whatever that Dr. Joey had in his office.
He also kind of went into his office for a while, so I don't know. Maybe there's more stuff in there.
The only other thing I could think of is checking the office and then see if there's any more context we could possibly glean. After that, I think we could probably move on to Gabrielle restaurant.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so you want to check out the office? Are you just going to kind of investigate it also?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll impact for this one, and I got a gentleman 6.
Oh my goodness.
Did you roll a D?
I rolled a D20.
Roll a real dice.
Roll it. Don't roll your
Nick
dice.
is rolling a d6.
I rolled the same
Why did I get a
exact number on this dice as I got on
Roll
this thing.
dice.
You,
Well, that's a 17, but
you notice the computer is on. The office is disheveled. Not too. If you rolled a 6, there's not much else there.
this dice is not too bad. It jumps the gambit.
Right.
You see all the
All the ones and sevens.
no,
and
like
twos
18,
and
13,
fours.
7, 3,
Yeah.
2,
You
15,
can tell
8.
yourself that.
Like
So,
I'm just
is this a different location? Can I try investigating in here?
Dude,
The
just
office.
roll again.
Yeah. that's
Gutbuster's also going to begin to
what I got a
search.
17.
Oh, that is much better. After watching Mr. Dimension's searching abilities, he kind of he kind of directs you in the direction of the computer. And on the computer, you notice that a number of files have been copied over to an external device, basically.
huh.
And it's called the Outage Project.
The Outage Project.
Guys, you may want to take a look at this.
Oh, you found something.
Yes. Yes, I did.
What did you find? I can't fit through the door, so I can't see it.
It looks like it's something to do with the Outage Project.
So as you begin to open up the files, you begin to kind of scan through some of the information, and it's mostly research about the nature of how powers are granted to individuals, but it's also some initial research on how to remove powers or weaken them.
Oh,
crap.
dear.
Oh dear.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's actually pretty helpful project. There's lots of individuals that have powers that are actually detrimental to them. So we're trying to
Yes,
create.
but we're assuming that this data is now in the hands of a villain, someone who would use it for not good purposes.
Yeah, you'd probably be right.
Well, that sucks, wouldn't you say? Tempest?
That's an understatement.
Okay, fine, this blows. You feel better?
I think your jokes are falling a little flat today.
Wow. Oh. Well, guys. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Not unless we need help with the Gabrielle. It was called the Gabrielle, right? Or was it just Gabrielle's?
It was probably called the Le Gabrielle.
The
La Gabrielle.
What?
Yeah.
Redundant.
It's just Le Gabrielle.
La Gabrielle.
There's no
Okay.
the.
Well, there
there's
is
no
a the.
the
It's
there.
called la. Like the article of. Never mind.
I guess. I don't speak that language, so it's just too fancy.
Right. Well, thank you for your assistance. Was there anything else we needed?
I can't think of anything.
Dr. Lizzie, if you need anything else, feel free to call us.
Are you guys part of the Hunky Hero Agency?
Yes.
That we are.
Oh, they're the best. We really love those guys.
Great.
Well,
Here's a card.
good luck.
Also, Tyler, you mentioned earlier that the acronym was HHA. That just makes you think of ha.
But yeah.
Hey,
Well, guys, it seems like you really screwed this one up.
what are you talking about? We got lots of leads. We're totally. Yeah, we probably did.
Well, I'm going to go back to base, and I'm going to let you guys handle this. So, have fun.
We'll try. We'll try.
So who came up with the name anyway?
It was me. I'm the only other hero.
There's literally 4 heroes in the Hunky Hero Agency.
Pretty much, we're expanding rapidly.
Expanding. Okay. Was that intentional, Tyler?
Slightly, yes.
Slightly.
Okay.
But yeah, that is everything I have prepared for tonight.
Okay.
As the only girl involved, I find that name offensive.
Well, you decided to join, like I said before.
Anyway, great.
We were the only ones who gave internship credit.
Yeah, so be happy. You're actually getting something out of this.
Hey, Emily. Yeah, what's up? Do you like horror podcasts? Have you listened to Shivers? No. I mean, yeah. Oh. Well, if you like movies, you can check out Bad Rad Movies or Itty Film. Itty Film Review? Precisely. How do you reel about... I can't read. Ah, yes. Movies do have reels. There's other shows. Hey, Erica. Yes? How do you feel about role-playing games? I love them. Have you listened to Role-Playing Guys? You like gunpowder, trees, and no plot? There's no trees. No trees or plot. Because they're on the high seas? They don't got trees? Find all these great shows on the Necropodicon network. And now Harley's gonna take it away. Take it away, Harley!
Necropodicon. Hard to pronounce, easy to listen.
I'm not gonna actually smack me. Smack me. Oh, that was good.
Dun, da, 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 da.